Sergeant Talon stepped forward, his brow furrowed. Captain, it seems this puzzle requires a blood offering from both you and Corporal Fura. Zavus nodded grimly. Indeed, a test of trust and unity. He turned to Fura, who stood tall despite his earlier injuries. Corporal, are you willing to make this sacrifice alongside me? Fura's eyes shone with determination. For the Emperor and for our brothers, I am ready, Captain. Zavis unsheathed a small ritual knife from his belt, its blade gleaming in the ethereal light of the chamber. He approached the door, Fura at his side. Together then, Zavis said, holding the knife out to Fura. The Blood Angel took the knife, made a small cut on his palm, and then handed it back to Zavus, who did the same. They both placed their bleeding hands on the door, their blood mingling as it flowed into the intricate patterns. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the patterns began to glow brighter, pulsing with a rhythm that matched their twin heartbeats. The door started to shift and reconfigure, the blood seemingly absorbed into its very structure. As the door slowly swung open, the voice spoke again. Blood freely given, a bond forged anew, sons of different Primarchs, but brothers true. The path ahead holds your greatest test. Face it together. Put your unity to the rest. The doorway revealed a long corridor leading to what appeared to be the final chamber. Zavis turned to his team, his eyes scanning each of their faces. Brothers, we've come far together. Whatever lies ahead, we face it as one. For the Emperor, for Vulcan, for Sanguinius, and for each other. Space Marines nodded in solemn agreement, readying their weapons. Lead on, Captain, Fura said, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Salamanders. With renewed determination, the united group of Astartes advanced down the corridor, prepared to confront the final trial that awaited them in the mysterious forge of heroes. As the Space Marines entered the final chamber, they were immediately struck by its vast size and the eerie, pulsating light that seemed to emanate from every surface. The air was thick with an acrid, metallic scent that set their enhanced senses on edge. Suddenly, a bone-chilling roar echoed through the chamber, causing even the stoic Astartes to tense. From the shadows emerged a nightmarish sight that made them all instinctively tighten their grips on their weapons. Before them stood a monstrous creature, a horrific fusion of tyrannid biology and advanced cybernetics. Its chitinous exoskeleton was interwoven with gleaming metal, pulsing with the same ethereal energy as the chamber itself. Razor-sharp talons melded seamlessly with hydraulic pistons, while its eyes glowed with an unnatural, mechanical intelligence. By the Emperor, breathed Sergeant Talon, his bolter raised. Captain Zavus' voice cut through the tension. Stand firm, brothers. This is our final test. We face this abomination together. The creature let out another ear-splitting roar and charged, moving with a speed that belied its massive size, its amalgamation of biological and mechanical parts working in terrifying harmony. Spread out, Zavis commanded. Talon, Wrath, suppressing fire, Fura, with me! The chamber erupted into a cacophony of bolter fire and the screech of metal on chitin. The Salamanders and Blood Angel worked in perfect synchronization, their earlier trials having forged them into a cohesive unit. Wrath's servo arms whirred into action, launching a volley of missiles that exploded against the creature's armored hide. It staggered but didn't fall, instead whipping around with lightning speed to swipe at Fura with its massive claws. The Blood Angel ducked and rolled, narrowly avoiding the attack. Its weak points are where flesh meets metal, he shouted, noticing how the explosions had torn away some of the creature's cybernetic implants. Zavis nodded, his power sword crackling with energy. Good eye, brother. Talon, target those junctions. As Talon's precision bolter fire peppered the creature's weak spots, Zavis and Fura charged in tandem. The Salamander Captain's power sword sliced through a hydraulic limb, while Fura's chainsword roared to life, tearing into the exposed flesh beneath. The biomechanical monstrosity howled in pain and fury, its remaining limbs lashing out in a frenzy. One caught Wrath, sending the Tech Marine flying across the chamber. Another nearly crushed Talon, who barely managed to dive out of the way. "Now, brothers," Zavos shouted, "give it everything you've got." In a final, coordinated assault, the Space Marines unleashed their full fury. Bolter fire, explosives, and blade strikes all focused on the creature's vulnerabilities. With a deafening shriek of twisting metal and tearing flesh, the monstrosity finally collapsed. As the echo of the battle faded, the chamber's voice spoke one last time. United in purpose, tempered by trial, sons of flame and blood, stand victorious. The forge of heroes deems you worthy. The fallen creature began to dissolve, its essence seeming to merge with the chamber itself. In its place, a pedestal rose from the floor, bearing an object that radiated power.